This reading is going to be for Capricorn. I've started a new thing where I allow a deck to choose who I'm doing a reading for, because I felt like going in order of the signs, I wasn't hitting the sign that needed it. Like every now and then I'd feel called to one, but at the same time, there were other times where it didn't work like that at all. So the deck chose Capricorn, the Summit, getting to the top. Is that what the Summit means? I'm back. I had to make sure the summit meant what I thought it did, and it's the highest point of a hill or mountain. It can also mean a point where leaders meet to discuss important matters. And I felt like that might be a little bit necessary, considering that after the pre-shuffle I did, at the bottom of the deck we have leadership. Making decisions and actions that are for the good of everybody involved, being careful or mindful of where you're making decisions from, or feeling the need to take action. Like, ego-based action can tend to be a little bit selfish, or based out of fear or guilt, shame, negative emotions, perhaps, if you will. I feel like a leader understands the needs and the emotions of everybody involved and makes a responsible decision that caters to all of those things. It's a very Emperor energy. I also feel like it's a very King of Cups energy. I know the King of Cups isn't necessarily a fire sign like this represents. But the King of Cups cares about the good of everybody and the responsibility at hand. We also have the Path of Service beneath the leadership card. This has to do with your path of service. How you choose to move has to do with your path of service. We have Duck. I have to be careful with this card because there's a booty on it. Why a tree has a booty, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me, but I need to cover it so I don't get in trouble. Number 9 could be significant, 9 being the number of endings. Then we have the 8 of Swords. Perhaps a sense of being stuck due to negative thinking. Being in denial, perhaps. Struggling to see a way forward. Struggling to see options at hand for whatever situation you may be in. I'm going to go ahead and read Duck. I am Duck, the complexity of emotion. I am the master of the undercurrents. I am Maisie. Take that to your bed. Go to your bed. Go to your bed. She didn't go to her bed. She got up and adjusted. Go to your bed. Oh, she's not listening to me. Oh, she stopped chewing the bone. I suppose that works too. I am the healing of the heart. I am the surge of inner motivations. You need to be aware of what drives you. What feelings are pushing you forward? Which ones are drowning your progress? I am a creature of navigational purpose. You have to learn when to dive deeper and when to gently skim the surface. I am the equalizer of polarities. Let yourself balance the rush of subconscious flow with the peace of equilibrium. Allow the experience of emotional catharsis, but do not forget to release the heavy entanglements. Feel your responses, but do not become overwhelmed. I am progress. I am growth. There is great healing in the waters. There could be a need to be careful how you respond in a situation. These feelings of feeling stuck. These feelings of feeling stuck. Or not knowing a way out, trapped, can bring up a lot. It can bring up some anger, frustration, sadness, fear. But there is a bit of a need for you to be focused on how you respond to whatever it is that's going on around you. Because it's part of your path of service. Forgiveness is here. You may need to release the past. You may need to release people from certain roles that they've played in your life. And what I mean by that is when you release the anger or resentment that you have for a person because of how they may have behaved in your life, behaved toward you, you are releasing them from that role. So that way it is no longer perpetuated over and over again in your life. It ends the cycle. Okay, let's go ahead and see what else wants to come out for Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to hear? Prosperity. Prosperity came out in my last reading, which was Virgo. Oh, both earth signs. Interesting. Is that it? Intention. Using your intention wisely. Being careful what you think, being careful what you say. Because negative thinking has a lot of power. A lot. Negative thinking fuels your action. It fuels your words. It fuels your manifestations. The responses that you have that we just discussed, responding to certain situations, taking the time out to be intentional with how you decide to move through that situation is going to be huge for you and what it is that you're trying to create and who it is that you're trying to be. It is connected to your prosperity. there anything else here for Capricorn? Thank you. Whoa. Duck is back at the bottom of the deck, so your responses are being highlighted again. We have Blue Jay, and there's a butt. We need to cover the butt. I don't know if butts get us in trouble on YouTube, and I'm not about to find out. Number 2. 2 could be significant as well. 2 could have to do with partnership, choices, balance. The cards aren't feeling too talkative today. What else does Capricorn need to know? I was going to call you Cabinet. I was going to call you a cabinet. We have 3 of Pentacles. Ooh, 7 of Cups. Page of Cups. Dun, 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 dun. What else does Capricorn need to know? Oh my god. Balls. That's a lot. Okay. We have the Sun at the bottom of the deck. Success. Clarity. Seeing things for what they are. Seeing things clearly. Okay. We have the 5 of Cups, the High Priestess. We got the Knight of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands. I don't know if I showed you these 2. I don't think I did. Interesting. Then we got the Chariot and the 2 of Swords. Alright, I want to read about prosperity. I'm not really remembering what it says. So we're going to get into that. That is an earth element. Where is it? Yeah. No, there it is. Garnet. 95. When garnet appears in your cards, it is reminding you to open your eyes to the bounty and prosperity that is being offered to you by the universe. The earth is the perfect vehicle for providing you with all that you could need to survive and thrive in physical form. Ask for what you need and acknowledge that this or something even better will be given to you. The illusion of scarcity was created by humanity as an outgrowth of the illusion of separation. In truth, there is enough prosperity and wealth to ensure that every human's needs are met. It is only through your own ideas of scarcity that you staunch the flow of prosperity into your life. When you accept the prosperity of the universe, you are able to bear witness to the bounty of your birthright as a child of the divine creator. Garnet is asking you to accept the gifts that have been set before you, acknowledge those that you have received with gratitude, and affirm your belief in a prosperous and bountiful universe for all beings. That makes sense. You could be having a difficult time navigating what is in front of you or navigating chaos due to being blinded. The 2 of Swords here. I might need to read up on those real quick. I already have to make the video. I already have to patch the video. Might as well, I suppose. Let me see what Blue Jay has to say first. So we have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups, this person is like, I gotta be careful, there's boobies on here. All these shards of glass, and it seems like they're like, what is all of this? What do I do? When I initially picked up the Chariot and the Two of Swords, Chariot was upside down in comparison to Two of Swords. I usually don't take reversals unless they land upright and reversed, but I have a little bit of a nudge that Chariot is reversed. I think that maybe you're having a hard time moving forward or making a decision due to feelings of lack, scarcity mindset, negative emotions, not negative emotions, negative thinking, keeping yourself stuck with your thoughts, keeping yourself blind by your thoughts. But there is an opportunity for a new beginning, a new emotional or creative beginning here. But you can see behind her, there's this black cloud. Negative thinking. I know that the swords typically have something to do, have more to do with the thoughts than anything. This could also be some maybe negative emotion that could be paired up with new beginnings. Or moving forward, or being open to things. You know, if you've been hurt in the past, it can be difficult for you to open yourself up to taking a step forward. All right, I need to read about Bluebird before, or Blue Jay, before I continue on too much further. I am Blue Jay, the advantage of a quick wit and intellect. I am the first one heard. I am the brightest one seen. I command attention and dive right in. I fear nothing and take what I need. I am the crucial adaptation of a successful life. I have the discipline to master new skills. It is fine to learn new things, but dabbling in too many will keep you scattered. I am the need to follow through. I wear the crown of achievement. I am proper use of knowledge. You may need to be louder to get what you want. You may have to outsmart others, but do not be afraid to draw attention to yourself. Let the world know you are there and ready to take control. I am incomparable in self-certainty. I am the victory of taking by sheer will. Get out into the world and take what you have worked so hard for. Wow, this is telling you to step up for yourself, to take action. This could be taking slow, methodical action, as we have the Knight of Pentacles here. The Pentacles are related to Earth sign. Grounded action. I think I need to pause for a second real quick. The Sun also speaks of success. So going ahead and doing something about these dark feelings, you know, taking the blinders off, allowing yourself to move forward, to take the next step, to do it loud and proud because it's what you want. God damn. All right, give me a second. I want to look up a few things. I'm back. I just wanted to double check that I was on the right track with the Knight of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, and it really fit in. Taking methodical steps toward what it is that you're looking to achieve, create. will be rewarded, but it requires hard work, consistent hard work, and commitment. Well, I guess that's the same thing. Being committed to putting in the work. The Five of Cups and the High Priestess. The High Priestess, I feel like, is taking what you've learned from the past. That is, if you are learning from your past. Sometimes we can be stuck in disappointment and the hardships of the past. The importance of forgiving the past is it frees you up to learn from it. It frees you up to take information from it. It frees you up to have realizations about who you are and what it is that you want. And the High Priestess is asking you to take those lessons, those opportunities, and direct your focus toward what is possible. I think that's it. You have the possibility for a new beginning here, and it has more to do with whether you can see it or not. Rather than if it's going to be successful. It's not going to be successful if you don't allow yourself to see it. And from what I'm seeing here, it very well could be successful. I'm seeing lots of cards of success here. The Four of Wands, the Sun. The only thing that's in your way is being focused on the pain and the disappointment from the past and the negative emotions that it's created, the illusions that all of those difficult feelings have created. They've made you blind, and it's rendering you motionless. All right, I think we're going to leave that here, Capricorn. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you being here. It means the world to me. I hope that you have a good night, and I'm wishing you the best. It's not easy working through those emotions. It's not easy to find forgiveness for what has happened in the past, and a lot of times we hold on to that pain because we want to protect ourselves from it ever happening again. But there is so much that you cut yourself off of by staying in that place, by being closed off, by feeling like you need to protect yourself in that way. See, the thing is when we go through those situations and we learn from it, we gain an intuition about things. You know, you can walk into something. Let's say that you open your heart back up and you walk into something and it starts having the telltale signs like, ooh, this is going to be toxic or unhealthy, or this isn't going to be for me. So I'm going to politely decline and take my efforts elsewhere. You have the power to do that because you allowed yourself to learn from the other situation and you opened yourself back up. If you don't open yourself up, everything is just going to be a miss, if that makes sense. All right, now I'm going to leave that here. Have a good night.